on some metal, man. Is that a new toolbox? Okay. I saw the magnet, so I thought maybe it was. Cool. you don't add more on a pullback, you add more into the trend. Okay. Right, but sometimes, like you said, catching a falling knife means it could keep going further down.
Okay. I'm on now. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Seb. Appreciate it. Still inside on the 15. Little risky, obviously, buying right before a psych level, which would be the 20,100. ES bouncing off 15. So this is a pretty, this probably will not go to the full stop loss for me. Starting to push up a little. It's kind of just like a feeler here. Because I also, like Max, think that this is going to go up to the 140s and then reject. Which is exactly where my 1R trim is. All right, letting this take the liquidity down there, and then if it keeps pushing, I'll get out. If it rejects after taking that, then obviously this will end failed and be a good trade. Morning, pal. Squire said, check that. Okay, it's going. I see both sides of it. On one side of the coin, well, YouTube, you guys, unfortunately, because I didn't check my mic, we talked about de-risking and adding risk when you're on a heater. And I said I don't ever de-risk. Not that it's not a viable strategy. I know people who do. I just don't right now. And then on the same coin, it's it's hard to want to add risk because I don't ever add risk in terms of, let's say that I trade with, let's say an entry is 2 minis. I'm not ever going to add and change my entry to 4 minis, because then that trade's going to be the one that I take a loss on for sure. So what I would do is I would add, I would do 2 minis here, and then I would add 2 minis on the breakout. So now you guys are up to speed. Squire said, I see both sides of it. On one side of the coin, you have taken 3 losses in a row, and you de-risk, and the 4th is a winner. You have officially handicapped yourself right. You yourself have made your winner smaller than your loser on the other side of the coin. If you lose 3 in a row and size down by half and lose 3 or 4 more in a row, then you're thankful you de-risked. I think it's an impossible question to answer on either side. Yeah, I agree there. But if you're losing 7 trades in a row, I don't know. Let me look at my trade tracker. I don't think um, in my almost 3,600, probably more trades, that I've ever lost more than 5 in a row. I've lost 3 in a row a lot, and this is probably also because of my 3 strike rule. I'm going through my 2024 futures recaps. I lost 5 in a row, but 3 of those were half. And also, oh, those were all on the same day, but they were after winners and also were surrounded by winners the next day. I lost 5 in a row here, but also surrounded by winners, and 4 of them were half R. Yeah, that's it for 2024 futures. The rest, I have a 3 in a row, a 3 in a row, 2, 3, 3, but they're half R's, or 2 of them were 3, 3, and then a 300%er, and then 2, 3, but they're always surrounded by winners. So I don't ever. Oh man. While I was looking over there, we went from a big old failed 2 down into a no longer failed 2 down. 15 seconds left on this candle. The half losers part is key there. Yeah. So I guess if you're losing enough trades to where you need to de-risk to allow yourself to lose more trades, then it's more than likely an execution problem and not a statistical loss problem. I am probably going to adjust this stop. Yeah, I'm moving it down just to cover that 15-minute low. So down to 40. Just a couple points. So this has to go 2-1-2 down to stop me out. Feel like I want a DCA on this, but I might. All right, what did I say about gold and oil longs on higher time frames? Probably. I have a buy stop at 67 for a one-time DCA. Stop will stay the same. All right, filled on that. Average is at 81.75. So now it is a 40-point stop loss. I think that's one of my few DCAs on the year. Maybe 2 on the year.
It's the first time I've heard you do it.
Yeah, it just looks. I mean, down here is just so wicky that I think that if this is another wick, it's a good spot. It's a cheap DCA. Also, I find it hilarious that earlier in the year I was trading with 10-point stops comfortably, and now I'm like 25 points is like my tightest stop loss now. It's just crazy.
Getting closer to the election, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, true. West Coast guy, Jesse, I think you said you've been more successful with wider stops. Now you use 50. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, maybe the P&L hasn't changed a whole ton, but like my emotions and comfortability in the trade and all that is so much better with wider stops. It's not gonna like it. I'm almost never gonna hit a 10-hour trade anymore, but I'm also not gonna lose trades because I just got into a trade too early. So Squire, I'd like to have a discussion about it when I can be on voice sometime. I think it's perfectly possible for traders to lose 6, 7, 8 in a row with a profitable model. I agree there. I mean, possible for sure. I don't know. I have 3,600 trades and haven't lost that many, but my system's also a higher win rate typically. Market has some seasons some seasons are better for other models and vice versa. I've seen times where ICT traders are getting smoked and strat folks are smacking. I've also seen the opposite. In my head, it's more so about knowing when the market's in your model season and when it isn't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really seen people lose 8 trades in a row and not have at least a couple of them be. By the way, there's a sell stop or sell limit order at that's a buy market order. Let me change that to a sell limit order at 101.75 for 20 points. Yeah, what I was saying is I don't know that I've seen people lose that many trades without it's at least some of them being user error or not strategy's fault. That's a lot of trades to lose in a row. I'm cutting this break even. I do not like that wicked at the 100s again and then ended in a failed 2-up. Actually, an outside bar. If it breaks out, I'm fine with sitting on the sidelines. It's currently sitting at about 8 points profit from my average. And we are also exactly where we were at the 935, or sorry, the 930 open. I need to figure out how to stop this from coloring my candles. Is that it? There we go. Just a little bit of Wixall right now. Squire said, agreed they're losing 6, 7, 8 in a row. Oftentimes, 2 or 3 of those are execution errors as opposed to, model failure. And I think that you also have to account for that, right? Like, we are not robotic. Even the robotic trading that I've, had an experience with is certainly finicky at best.
Now it's time to take off.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm totally okay watching this because I think that it is unlikely to totally break out without me.
Get slapped down first.
Yeah. It wouldn't have hit my 40-point trim, but it would have hit the 20-point. If this truly does break out, there will be a cleaner entry on the retest. But right now, the next 1 minute will tell us, but this very well could just close as a wick and bounce off these 5-minute fair value gaps here. So it's very important that this 5-minute closes above 100. If it does not, then it's going to be a boring day. It's already 10:24. It's going to be a really boring day. But boring is not always a problem. Watch these last couple seconds. If it gives a push under that 100, it's okay. See how the 5 opens. Yeah, right under 100 again. Testing it. Could have just ran the short stops. Yep. Absolutely, it could have. Woman. this is sideways trading. This is where I wish I learned how to be a range trader when I first started trading, but also I don't know a ton of range traders who. I don't know a lot of range traders. Let's just go there. Not that you can't make money. Obviously, someone does. And usually it's big money. This is where no model is in season, I would argue, yeah. Well, definitely. I don't know where my full time frame continuity is, but oh boy. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is neat. It's really cool. I think I prefer this though. This is neat. Yeah. Squire, the strat is definitely not liking either side right now. 1530 are both short out. I mean, it'd be full time frame continuity to the upside right now. Back to testing the 100s. I would probably prefer, you know that the last day was really bad when all of the major levels are within an 100 point range. Prior day point of control, prior day value area high, the weekly value area high, weekly point of control, weekly value area high. Well, I guess that's probably this week. And value area low is right here at 80. So between value area high and value area low is 80 points. Or sorry, 100 points. Less than 100 points. Consolidation days like this from an ICT perspective set up for larger days later in the week. Like compressing a spring can only press for so long and build up so much potential energy until you eventually have to let it bounce, right? Yep, I'd agree there. I'm probably going to cut a lot of these options and start over fresh. Take the losses. Still up on the quarter on the swings account, but definitely a big dent with things like Baba and PDD. Keeping Nike and Oxy. Yep. MU I need to look at. McDonald's I need to look at. JPM had a good day. And I still like JPM. Like this still looks so good. 235 calls for end of October. I'm not getting out of these. Bank of America is a maybe. Back at my average. Apple is 240, 250 calls. Apple also looks good. I'm just losing money to Theta, I guess, more than anything. But I don't think I've DCA'd on Apple. What's that? Right. Okay. Um. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. Swings completely updated there. So hopefully I get less. Are you still in? Questions, which I've gotten several. As a rule of thumb, if I don't send a message that I'm out of a trade, I am not out of a trade. I don't just let losers go into the wind. It's not who I am. I will address, like I did here, when I exit a trade, so that you don't have to ever wonder, but also manage trades how you would like to. I am not your trade manager. I am my trade manager. And this is what we call disgusting price action. Squire, days like this make those weekly expiration cons cheaper. No, not necessarily cheaper, because the premium is based on the implied move, not necessarily um, the current, like it's based on the implied move. So today is they're definitely losing value to theta because of the theta ramp up from day 14 to 0, especially day 7 to 0, or in this case 5 to 0. That theta is definitely ramping up. So if I were in QQQ calls for this Friday, I probably have lost 10% already, even though they're up a little bit. All right. This is sideways. Oil did make a move down, but there was no way I was entering that. Mhm. This is actually crazy to me that we are 27 points from our open an hour and 30 minutes later.
Doesn't happen too often.
No, no, it doesn't. Max said it's been banging off that trend line since 8:30. Sure has. Just higher highs and or equal highs and higher lows, and then eventually it'll break. Just a matter of if you want to risk your money on if it will. That's the question. I would not, because even at like if you zoom out of that, if you like after it breaks this trend line here, it could very well break here and then stop right there. So you can capitalize on maybe like the best trade would be like 40 points maybe. That's not a great start to the week. Or this price action isn't. Obviously a win would be. Jay Will, so happy I stayed out of this garbage. Definitely a day where looking at the 5 minute versus the 1 minute probably saved me. Yeah. I think I took one long. Maybe it was this 2-2. I think it was this 2-2 up. Then I DCA'd, saved it. And then it's just been sideways. So it's gonna be the end of the road for me, but that's all right. Flat day is better than losing day. No doubt about it. Ugly News Monday. Easy says. Let's look at news for the week. We have nothing today. We already had it. Consumer confidence tomorrow. Nothing Wednesday, so a good day for me to miss. GDP Thursday, that'll be a good day. GDP should be a really good day. It's quarter over quarter. Then we're hot and heavy going into Q3. But that's going to end it for me today. If you are going to keep trading, not only use stop losses, but make sure you're entering trades that look like they have potential to be big trades. We don't really want to just take base hit trades that only have potential to be a base hit. So, when you're stepping up to the plate, you want to be able to make sure you can hit a home run. I would say that this price action is not that. So, if you're flat or green or flat, I would really encourage you to possibly take the day off. Obviously, it's your choice, but keep in mind that when you risk your money, it's not a surefire way to make money. You entering a trade doesn't mean you make money. That's not how it works. So, for me, in my trading, I'm gonna hold my capital for something that looks better than this. I'm gonna risk my capital in better trade conditions. So, West Coast guy said RTY breaking down. Yeah, RTY was a good trader today if you just hit the short button. Well, really only if you hit the short button 30 minutes ago. But even then, it was a failed 2 down, inside, failed 2 down, and then now it's breaking down. But that's not something I would chase. You either caught that or you're not going to. That's how I view it. But we'll see. Alrighty. I love y'all. I will see you here tomorrow, same time. Trade safe if you're going to keep trading. Love y'all.